My channel, Soulight, Hypnotherapy and Tarot. My name is Kirsten, and I have another tarot read for you. It's part 3, or the next January 6th committee hearing reading. I'll be honest with you guys, I laid these cards about 2 days ago, and I have some construction going on in my home, even right now as I'm speaking, so there may be some noise. But due to all that, I haven't really been able to stay focused, and I've started like several different readings and had to stop. And this one I laid a couple days ago, and I've actually forgotten some of the questions that I asked the cards. So I'm just going to kind of read it for whatever I get, and it may or may not pertain to the hearing. It may just be stuff around that time, okay? So hopefully you can hear me. Can everybody hear me okay? And please make sure to hit the like button, support the channel so that it can get some rotation and be seen by people and my channel can grow. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you'd like a personal reading, SRT clearing, or hypnosis, and please look in the description box and we can set up a session. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with the Queen of Cups here. In the center, this row represents the committee. This row represents Trump over here. Kind of have my setup a little bit different, so hopefully the board will stay up. And this row, this is where I kind of forgot what I asked the cards. So I'm just treating it as like collective outer energies involved in the circumstances. Okay, so let's get started. Queen of Cups represents a healer, a counselor, a psychic, a loving, caring, nurturing woman who is compassionate and sensitive in her nature. She has, hi Pam, hi True Blue. She has a strong intuition, knowing, and belief. She's fair-haired. It could be a male energy as well. We don't rule out with tarot. It can be any gender. But this energy is directing her love and support towards the Gemini column, which is Trump's column over here. Being a loyal soldier and a loving wife, question mark, question mark. I don't think she's happy in her marriage. If this is Jenny Thomas, I don't think she's happy in her marriage. It says that they speak different love language. She's proving her loyalty and expressing herself as a healer, a counselor, or someone in the know to a loyal soldier or soldiers, probably Mark Meadows and or somebody else. There are concrete messages and proof. Whenever you see a letter or paper in the Sibylla, also Pentacle cards serve as evidence and proof. Uh-oh, sorry guys, there's drilling. I'll try to talk louder. So there's going to be evidence and proof, concrete messages that will reveal her participation. I feel like this is Jenny Thomas, and it could also represent another woman or another person, because I read in layers, someone with fair hair and has the characteristics of what I just told you. There may be more than one person or a woman involved. This woman holds a journal, a book, a feather to write with, messenger birds to carry messages. I feel like there's 2 witnesses that will corroborate everything. And this woman's slathery words, well, you can see, this woman's slathery words will be read out by the council committee or by witnesses. There's a recitation of what happened in the past. Her words are very emotional. Oops. Hold on, guys. Her words will be very emotional, passionate, and devoted to a cause or a mission. Her words link her husband to a corrupt leader, and as a corrupt leader or judge. Also, her words show that she was an active mediator and participant. You can't see that from here. Hold on, let me lower the boom. She was a mediator and a participant in giving and the receiving of messages between Trump and his team and those on the Supreme Court who are siding with Trump for whatever reason. The Queen of Cups says that this woman romanticizes the events, the accounting, with rose-colored glasses on. And there is a claim and a woman is expressing herself through a book, a journal, a text, a complaint filed or submitted, officially through her testimony or under oath. And I'm picking up E.J. Carroll too, that whole situation with E.J. Carroll. The woman, whoever she is, could be both, is expressing herself from an emotional place, not from a place of logic or facts. This is how her text or her testimony is shared, and it reveals that she's a true devotee of Trump. I think we're talking about Jenny Thomas here. Much like a cult follower, like a Mooney. And I think she has a thing for Mark Meadows romantically. Like, I think she has a thing for him. I'm not sure if she's acted on that, but I feel like she has a thing for him. Or Trump. She's going to openly discuss what or why she did what she did as being natural, normal, and nothing wrong with it. Sorry, guys. I'm so severely distracted because I have someone coming in and out of the house. My dog's outside pacing, so I'm trying to stay focused. Okay, I'm sorry. I really want to get this out because things are happening and it's already 2 days late, and I don't even feel like it's predictive anymore because stuff is already happening that's in the reading. But anyway, I'm going to not stop myself anymore. I feel like she's very encouraging in her messages to Mark or whoever this other man is. But the messages are meant for Trump and the mission, okay? And the message is to stay strong, continue on, push forward with the mission. She has a strong cheerleader-like energy. She's clarified by contrary displeasure, which says that she will humiliate herself and her reputation through this retelling. What she believes is right. So it's coming from her heart, okay? It's coming from her heart. Clarified also by the letter, which flew out when I shuffled the cards. Before I shuffled the cards and before I even asked the question, this card flew out. And it talks about the back and forth correspondence and that the correspondence will involve voting machines, meetings set up with alternate electors. She's involved in all that. The messages will reveal all that was discussed and planned, and which means that the insurrection was planned and conspired. It was an act of rebellion. It was not a ginned up crowd that just got out of control. because they're in a moment. That's not what it was, and that's what these texts will prove, and that's why it's important that they have this come out. Okay. The Carol lady submits her claim for the R assault and defamation against Trump. So that could be like by Wednesday or sometime this week, maybe. That's what it's saying. All right. So the next card in the column is the Six of Cups and the Emperor reversed. They came out together, clarified by the trap reversed. So this is all very preachy, so I'm going to apologize from before I get started. Spirit wants to send a message. Spirit is telling us that we need to reflect on our negative past as a nation, as a country, as a people, to heal our future, to protect the future for our children. We all must do better than we did in the past to ensure a better world for our children and for the human race. It also says the past is gone. We can't return to the way it was. Things have forever changed. Our democracy, our government cannot run like it used to. And it never will again. We have to make concrete changes now to adapt to the energies of this time that wants revolution in our system. In order to save our democracy, we have to adapt or change our voting system to represent the will of the people and not just the electors. Someone in charge, perhaps Mitch McConnell, is dead set against this. All the Republicans are against this. The Emperor reverse says that it's time for us, again, to break with old traditions and the old regime of control. Just because we did it that way in the past doesn't mean we need to do that anymore. It's not right for us now. And if we don't change the policies at work, it's just a matter of time before we become oppressed by authoritarian control. The trap represents our enemies are influential, and they will do wrong by us in the future. They did wrong by us in the past. There was cheating and manipulation of the system, and that needs to be investigated still and formally. I have told you before, and I will tell you this again. Trump was never the legitimate president. He did not fairly win in 2016. There was cheating that put him in office. It says the presidency was stolen in the past, and it will be stolen again if we don't make the formal official changes now. And the prediction here is that the changes will be made soon, but they won't come easy. There's a lot here that won't budge. So let's talk about Trump. Trump has the Knight of Coins and the Thought card. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate that. It was probably you, Pam, right? Thank you, Pam. You're a sweetheart and a blessing. If it's not Pam, thank you to whoever who did that. I'm sorry I didn't catch it. I didn't see it. The Knight of Coins represents Trump's emotions. It says Trump ignores the whole E.J. Carroll thing, or tries to come across as unbothered by it all, very static and stoic. He sets himself up as this patriot or protector of the realm. He has a lot of things so many things on his plate right now to navigate and to deal with. His mental condition is one of numbness and overwhelm. Psychologically, he is unbalanced. It's kind of like he has so many other things to get in order and to deal with that the book, the claim, and the testimony of this energy, whether it be Jenny Thomas, E.J. Carroll, or somebody else with fair hair, that it's not his first priority or what's upsetting him the most, right? He's actually filled with insecurity and self-doubt. He's very fearful. And he may say something that will self-sabotage or admit his guilt in an effort to show himself above it all and unbothered. Okay? He will admit a truth out loud. The truth is, Trump is in a desperate place emotionally and very vulnerable. In other words, he knows he's fucked. Now let me just adjust my camera. Hold on for the next row. Okay. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Please make sure to hit the thumbs up and share the video with your social media. All right, so let's start with the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups and the High Priestess clarifies it. Sorry, my sticky isn't sticky today. All right, Three of Cups. Once again, I kind of forget why I asked what this, I think we're still talking about the committee here, but we could be talking about other stuff. There's a lot that will be spilled about Trump from his inner circle, from two of his lawyers. They sing to the committee. There's singing going on here. Can you see the singing? And something about a reunion and a party. Perhaps a past party member or inner circle member resurfaces to sing or retell or account. The High Priestess says there's a mystery here about a couple. Or about who these witnesses are who sing. So there's some secrecy involved there, and not a cover-up. It's kept secret. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep the board up. Thank you, Giaconda Thomas. All right. I've got the camera in a different angle today, so I can see the chat, but I don't want to be distracted by the chat. So it's nice to see you all. Hello. So the High Priestess is a mystery about who this couple is or who this witness is. There's some private I'm having a brain fart. Feel like someone is alluding in private to the fact that there are still some secret classified documents that haven't been, that Trump is still holding back. Something that he hid or he moved or he relocated it. And Spirit says it's Trump's insurance policy. Delays. Talks about delays. Also big events that are happening in real time right now. It could just be the recounting of the past and all the violence of January 6th, if this is a committee hearing that the cards are talking about. And Trump's inaction. Sorry, you can't see it. The hangman here. Trump's inaction during that time. But this is also prediction row, so there could be predicting events of some kind of, man, all my cards are falling. What do I think this is? Something that's happening in real time. I lost my train of thought. I lost it. Sorry. Something about witnesses feeling forced to, some witnesses feeling forced to share, feeling coerced. They don't have a choice. So let's go over here to the Lovers and the Judgment. Justice, a trial, an indictment coming for the Gemini. Lovers is a Gemini zodiac sign. And Trump will make the clarion call. I'm not going to pick up the cards anymore. I'm just going to point to it. I'm sorry. I know it's not as dramatic if I don't show you the card up close. Trump will make a clarion call to his believers to make a stand when that happens. So I feel like this indictment is very close. We keep talking about it. There are some delays here. I just said delay. Lovers asks us to, again, it's giving us advice. It wants us to reflect and decide what our values are as a country and what we want to reflect in the world as a nation and a democracy. It's specifically talking about white nationalists rising up, not just in our country, but all around the world, in an effort to prevent the people from taking charge and control and having the biggest say and choice and decision as to who will rule, right? The white nationalists are rising up to protect their power and thumb of control over the world. They want to keep it as it was. They want to keep it like the good old days. This is my Back in Dixie card. They want to keep it like that when it was pure and white. And the cards are saying that racism and inequality is the root of it all, the root of all this chaos in the world right now. It's the root of it all. It's where it all starts, and it's where it will end. And that's the sad truth that we must all face, and Trump must face, and we must all face. Now, I'm reading in layers, okay? Please try to follow. I'm really there's so many things coming out in the cards that it makes me tired. And it's hard to put all the stories together. I just have to kind of say it and then let your imagination guide you, like it's guiding me. So the sad truth, it must be faced, it must be dealt with. In order to heal and save ourselves, our democracy, we have to heal racism and inequality. Now, racism is the buzzword. Nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody wants to deal with it. That's what it is. Period. Dot. If we want to save ourselves, the Judgment card is saying this is talking about a recent epiphany, an awakening. It's eye-opening. And it's when you come to the realization that you need to live your life in a different way. Spirit wants us to live our lives in different ways to break free from this pattern of racism and inequality and white supremacy, the ultimate oppressive control. We were all made equal in the sight of God. We were all given free will. This pattern of racism and inequality is deeply ingrained in the world, in our country, in us. I've told you before in previous readings, this wouldn't be happening if it weren't already in our vibration. We're reflecting this back to ourselves. So we got to pull it out of our, this is the work we have to do on ourselves. And that's the preachy part. Sorry, guys. That's what it is. It's ingrained and conditioned in our vibration, in our society, and in our DNA. Spirit wants us to break free from this pattern so that we can all evolve. That 1,000 years of peace they keep talking about, that's what that means. Spirit wants us actually to be at peace. It wants us to have peace. But we've got to get to the root of our issues, the inequality and the racism. And we cannot truly evolve until the pattern is stamped out. And that's why this is building up. That's why this chaos is happening in the world. Right? Because it's all over the world. Because Spirit wants us to clean it up now. It's a lesson. It's a collective reckoning and a test. And we as a people have to decide if we want to go backward, Six of Cups, or forwards. The choice is ours to make. And if we don't make it, somebody else will. This motherfucker here. All right, I'm off my soapbox, I hope. All right, so infantilism clarifies its levers. Again, it talks about the harsh reality that must be faced and the wake up to the truth. And until it's faced, which is really hard for us and Trump to do psychologically, there will continue to be much discord, disharmony, and death in our country. And this is something that's being said in a nuanced way, right? Trump is threatening us with this. You know, because he can't face the reality. He can't face it. And this threat of this indictment coming, he's threatening us by saying his people will rise up. You see the people rising up? To defend and protect him. He is their martyr. He's the martyr for their cause. He's made himself the martyr for their cause. So I feel like this whole column is pretty deep, and it's warning us of a catastrophe. Not just this political catastrophe, but it's warning of financial catastrophe due to a heavy imbalance in the financial structure. And this imbalance, this injustice needs to be corrected right away. It's talking about mass unemployment. It's talking about financial catastrophes, fears for not only Trump but also the nation. The government and the system needs to take action now to correct this before the catastrophe happens. It's almost like the cards have the energy of the Tower, but not quite. It says Trump's secret betrayal of the nation will be revealed. This is a discovery card, a discovery of betrayal. Next to the Gemini, secret documents, classified files that he kept or is still keeping will reveal to the country that he betrayed us and or put us at a great disadvantage, right? The absence card says someone or something affects many, and it will be withdrawn, dismissed, and terminated on a huge scale. If the situation isn't nipped in the bud now, it will only worsen. I think it's just corroborating what I just said, okay? So maybe listen to that again if it came across as too wordy or too much. Finally, let me just adjust the camera again. Boy, my dog is getting restless. Final row. You can't really see. This is Trump's card. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't read Trump's physical reactions to what's going to be happening. I missed something. Hold on. Can I go up? Okay. Sorry about the disjointed reading. I really thought I could do this with the board up instead of down, but it was a mistake. I'll never do it again. Let's talk about Donald Trump, okay? He's got the Hangman, the Five of Coins, and Tenderness reversed. So the Hangman says on Trump's side that he will try to tie things up and make efforts to delay legal matters coming against him. He's making himself out to be a martyr and a victim of the deep state, playing this role for his base and for the QAnon believers. He is the sacrificial lamb for the higher cause to purge the deep state. He's going way too far with something. Spirit says he's going way too far. We will be stunned and alarmed by how far he takes this. We will all be very stunned by it. The Five of Coins says his self-worth and valuation is affected by financial blows and legal woes. He's in a lot of legal financial trouble, pain and suffering. All right, the lawsuits, the charges, it's all putting a big hurt on him, financially and psychologically, as money is his primary motivating force and his estimation of his self-value and worth. He casts his eye towards gathering now more wealth from his supporters by making himself out to be this victim, and will exploit that. So he's going to be defrauding his base some more. We'll hear about that. But the cards reveal his Achilles heel. When you cut Trump financially, that's how you draw blood from this foe. In order to weaken him or to cut the head off this dragon, you've got to go after Trump's money. Tenderness says he's very nervous and mortified about his true wealth and status or other secrets being revealed and coming out. He's going to lose a lot of love, trust, and popularity from his party, his people, and in the polls as it all gets revealed. He has bad intentions and wants to aim or have his minions take aim to cause harm and hurt upon those who made him suffer this injustice, including this woman's attack upon him. Now, this is his perception, all right? This is his point of view. He sees this woman as attacking him, E.J. Carroll probably, with these assault charges. But I expect the dirt coming out from this will really damage him with women and young voters. So what's going to happen is they're going to realize, his party's going to realize that he's not a good candidate for the Republicans to back. It's proposed by some that the party cast him out to save others still in the race. Okay. Well, I'm dropping all my cards here. Okay. This was right here. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. I know it messes up. It disturbs the flow of the reading. I apologize. Okay, so now the final row. And the final row, my question was, how is the DOJ going to come at Trump? Are they going to come at him with any kind of formal charges within the next 2 months? Let's see what I can do to... Oh, see my messy table. That's not going to work. All right. I'll just have to hold the cards up. My apologies, guys. Had a very delicate setup here. Let's get this reading over with. All right. So the Wheel of Fortune. Let's just read it in a row, okay, from the start to finish. We got the Justice cards represents Trump. Justice is coming for Trump. There may be another, in his words, raid, another search of Trump's property again, right? Because I feel like there's going to be some witnesses that will reveal that there's still some classified documents remaining. I feel like Trump is going to be put on trial. He's going to come under judge and jury soon. It's an indictment. It's finally here. He's been trying to delay it. He's working with his team and his people to get all their stories straight. I feel that he and they will be speaking under oath in the future, in the near future, within the next 2 months, right? Hush, hound dog. Inconstancy clarifies the Justice card. So Trump is really going to be isolated, unhappy, moody, scared. His money flow is stopped or frozen. He can't get good counsel. Now, this is in the future. This is in the future. Like maybe 2 months, between now and 2 months. He's losing a lot of support. He's dismayed and losing faith. The travel card, which also clarifies, says that he's searching for a way forward, planning a move or a travel, maybe a big change. He may try to move or relocate something significant to avoid its exposure, or this is why the DOJ criminally moves on him, charges him with criminality, is for the movement and relocation of secret files. The Wheel of Fortune. Times are changing, and so are our fortunes. Radical change, revolution. This is the universal active force of karma at work. Karma. The Justice card is also a karma. Sorry about the layout, guys. I so am embarrassed by this. But what can you do? You try things and it doesn't work. Next time we won't do it like that. Karma. Big time. Justice finally being taken. The adversity expected as a result of taking this justice is no longer a hindrance, as it was in the past. It's not anymore. Bring it on. Instead of fearing it, there's the facing of it to conquer it once and for all. So this is probably by the committee. I feel this is the January 6th committee referring Trump to the DOJ for criminal charges for the incitement of the mob and the insurrection of our government. All right. I feel this will all happen during the significant time of the Wheel of Fortune, right? When a new cycle begins. Could be the election cycle. It could be when there's a holiday lining up with a significant change of season like Halloween. So this is a late October surprise or an early November surprise. When this happens, when the committee refers Trump for the criminal charges and when the indictment comes down. That's the time frame that's being told out here. So a couple of months. 8 of Wands. Now this was a hard one to decipher. 8 of Wands, wedding, and the chatterers. Hi, Mary Martell. How you doing? You're welcome, AFABs. I'm sorry about the disjointed, kind of muddled reading today, but hopefully it provides you guys with some insight. 8 of Wands, the wedding, the chatterers. 8 of Wands is like delays coming to an end. Matters begin to heat up and speed up fast. Lots of talk and messages, lots of conversations. The recordings, oh my God, they're so damaging. The call records, channels of communication between Trump and the insurrectionists. I don't know if they will reveal exactly who took the call in the White House to the collective. I don't know if they will tell the collective who it was. But I believe that it was Trump because this card was next to the Gemini card or the Meadows. There's Meadows here and there's Meadows in the Six of Cups above, but you can't see it anymore. So I feel it was Trump or Meadows who took the call. There was haste in the moment when everything was happening on the day of January 6th. And in this adrenaline rush, in this haste, the speaking parties failed to completely veil their and their purpose. And Ivanka and Jared are here. The cards say that Ivanka and Jared gave up Trump in some way. It's kept a secret. With the chattering card, it tells me they told a secret on Trump, and they also sold some secrets. In either of the tellings that they made, either about Trump or the secrets that they sold, says their intentions were not good. The intentions of a couple are not good. But these are some slippery, those two are slippery, boy. They're slippery. I don't know if anything will ever come of it, what I'm telling you. I don't know. But I'm telling you because I see it in the cards. The wedding represents a collaboration, a good fit, it's a strong bond, a pact, ties, attachment, marriage, a couple. This conspiracy to overthrow the people's vote and to put a dictator on the throne was deeply planned out and put into execution. The level of involvement was intense in its scale, and it went all the way up to the top. It went all the way up to Trump and the Emperor Reverse, which is the dictator ruler. The cards are also saying that due to some foreseen predicted catastrophe, major plans in motion for the purpose of salvation, remedy, or rescue. The plan set in motion, and about the coming, what is predicting some kind of financial collapse or unemployment, recession. The plan set in motion for the purpose of salvation, rescue, or remedy will ease the situation and will bring some form of relief or help. So that's good to know. Maybe that's why the tower didn't come out, because it will be avoided. But this is the tower here in La Vera Sibilla. So the tower did come out. These are final messages. I just got 3 final messages, and again, like I said, I'm really I didn't ask specific questions. I have to ask the card specific questions, or else it gives me too much information, which just drains me, and my brain can't make sense of it. So I'm just going to tell you what the cards mean, and you can let it speak to you, okay? So the first card is a Mino reverse. This is a card of an oath, or swearing under oath, talking under oath, broken oath. It can talk about financial failures, bankruptcies, loss of money, property, unemployment, financial collapse, problems with the legal problems with law and order, suicide pacts, and oaths taken. Did I tell you that I think every once in a while Trump thinks about suicide? You wouldn't think that about him, but everyone, the thought is crossing his mind. Okay? Holy smoke. The Disgrazia talks about tax evasion, fraud, and imminent danger, and there's guns here. I don't know if we're talking about Trump still or just stuff happening in the world. I'm just getting, there's a lot of intensity and missiles in the air, right? A lot of energy in the air, missiles in the air, shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. It could be metaphorically. indicated will blow back in another's face. Events happening suddenly, Wheel of Fortune, unexpectedly, out of control. Agreements made to put out the fires. But the fire has spread out of control now. I think that's the whole white nationalist thing. The fire has spread out of control now. It's in the wind. What can you do now? Waited too fucking long. And I don't know why, but I want to say that the stock market is likely to take some sort of dive. And that may be due to the manipulation of some trade secrets that were shared or sold in order to trigger the collapse and create a dilemma for Biden and the Dems to put out the fires, right? Someone is being a spineless coward, Trump, Pence, Meadows, etc., a vindictive petty party, acting in secret to undermine and misguide underworld mob connections revealed. And finally, a major destructive event is put into action to misdirect and distract focus from Trump. So that's what's coming up, guys. Very cryptic at times. I hope that you followed it. Maybe please watch it again if you didn't. I was listening actually to my part 2 hearing reading. It said part 2 hearing, part 2 of part 2. Because remember the reading got cut off because of the stream. Anyway, I was listening to that last night, and it talked about the voice recordings that would link Trump. And that's coming out now. So these readings take about a month or so to totally unfold. So make sure you watch them again, okay? All right, thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for all your support. Hitting the like button, sharing the video. Please reach out if you'd like a tarot reading or at SRT clearing or hypnosis. Please let me know. My information is in the description box. And thanks for your subscribing. Bye, guys. Thank you. Oh, and please submit to me your questions because, again, if I have questions, specific questions, I can dive in and get the answer. But if I'm asking arbitrary questions just to put up a reading, then I just get too much info, and I feel like I don't connect enough. So anyway, that's just a message for the future. Bye, guys. Blessings.